Okay, today I thought we'd take a look at my PS3 game collection. First up we've got Alpha Protocol by Obsidian. This is a really good game. It got quite sort of mixed reviews. It's not the best game out there, but it's pretty good and you can get it for quite cheap. But it's just a good sort of RPG / spy game. Okay, this is Demon Souls. This is a sort of special edition one where you get like a book, like a guidebook, an art book, and soundtrack and things. Really good game. Really difficult game. You've really got to put the time in and learn the sort of combat. And it's really sort of fun developing your character. And just most of the time you're just going to be seeing the game over the screen. But it's a really good game. Looks awesome. Okay, we've got Eternal Sonata. This is a really good sort of JRPG with the kind of cel-shaded graphics look. It's just a really good game if you're looking for sort of JRPGs that we're not seeing many of this generation. This is definitely one that you'll want to check out. Next up we've got Folklore. This is it's good. It's pretty weird. I've only played like an hour or so of it, but it looks great and it's got quite a sort of fun battle system where you're collecting the souls of these different sort of folk-like creatures. And the story is quite interesting. There's two characters and you can choose like sort of which ones you play through the different missions as. You've got a Heavenly Sword. This is a pretty good sort of hack and slash game really. It looks really good. The facial expressions in particular on this game are really sort of good. You've got a Heavy Rain. Now if you've got a PS3 I'd definitely recommend picking a copy of this up. This is an absolutely brilliant game. It's made by the same people who did Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy on the PS2. And yeah, it's just a really good game. It's quite sort of cinematic, so if you're wanting more sort of gameplay, maybe avoid this one, but it's really interesting, definitely worth checking out, because it's one of the games where the story sort of unfolds a lot depending on your actions. Basically every action seems to have consequences. There are a couple of sort of little loopholes that aren't necessarily tidied up in the plot for certain playthroughs, but really sort of enjoyable game and really shows off the sort of PS3's graphics and power. I've got Infamous. This is a sort of GTA with superpowers game. My friend recommended it to me and I bought it with a sort of credit that I built up at HMB. And this is just a really good game. I know the second one's coming out this year, but you can play through the game as sort of a hero or a villain. I played through the hero one. I started it again as the villain one, but it's still quite similar, so maybe you need to leave it a little bit longer between the two different playthroughs. But in the GTA style, you're sort of free roaming around the city and you find like different missions to do with the main storyline and like side quests as well. And it's really fun sort of collectible things like for hidden backstory, which I don't normally bother with, but were actually really interesting in this game. You get experience as well to sort of level up your different powers that you use, and you unlock new powers as you go through the game and spend your XP. Just got this today, so I haven't played it at all. But it was quite an early sort of PS3 title, but I just thought it looked really cool. You've got sort of dragons and combat and things, and it was like $4.50, so it's worth a try for that price. And here we've got Siren Blood Curse. There's a sort of Siren series on the PS2. I've got one of them, but these games are really scary, really creepy sort of games. And if you can see some of these screenshots coming through on this, camera's not very good. But this is definitely one to check out. You're sort of centred around this strange little village where there's all sorts of scary shenanigans going on, and you play sort of different characters. It looks incredible, this game. It's really sort of interesting mechanics. It's not sort of simple horror where you're running through and button bashing, or you're sort of crawling through in a very slow moving early Resident Evil character. The different characters in it are quite varied that you play through as a storyline. The storyline moves in the sort of episode format, but you should definitely sort of check out some videos on YouTube. This is a really good game, and it is not expensive at all, but you're definitely getting your value for your money if you don't get scared and then run away from it and can't play it again. We've got a Star Ocean, The Last Hope. This was sort of, I remember doing my first video was just when this arrived, and yeah, really good game. Voice acting kind of irritates you for some characters, But all in all, it's a pretty good game. We've got Uncharted, Your Fortune. Absolutely love this game. It's just amazing. I mean, the second one's coming up next, but it's just, I can't stress it enough. Play both of them. They're both really good games. The second one's a little bit different, feels a little bit more epic, but the first one is really, really good as well. And I definitely advise playing them in order. You appreciate the characters and the background a lot more in the second one. And get them now and get them played before the third one comes out later this year. And as I said, there's just the second one, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, just an awesome, awesome game. It's really good. Really got annoyed with the stealth mission early on in this because I just cannot do stealth missions, I always get caught. But it's a really, really good game. Just this looks incredible as well, and some of the the scenes and things in it are just really, really awesome. And then we've got Valkyria Chronicles. Now this is a really good sort of real-time strategy RPG game. You sort of you pick your troops and you customise them with weapons and different things before the battles, and then you go into them, and then you're sort of controlling units in a sort of turn by turn kind of normal real-time strategy chess style way. But it's really, really good fun. And the boss battles in this is quite insane sometimes. There's loads going on, and you're really sort of scrambling for your characters' lives in it. There's loads of it says over 50 characters on the back, and you sort of choose a platoon of, I can't remember, it's like 20 odd sort of people. I might be completely wrong with that, but it's really fun. It's also in a sort of cell shaded graphic style, but this just looks really, really good. I was kind of put off getting this to begin with because I just saw the World War II thing and I thought I'm getting sick of that in games, but it's not actually. It's just sort of, it takes the idea of some of the art styles from like World War II outfits and weapons and things, and then throws it into a crazy sort of RPG in a kind of alternate world. And it's just, if you like sort of real-time strategy games, or if you're just an RPG player interested in it like I was, I definitely advise checking this out. And then we've got White Knight Chronicles, which I did the review on. I'm sorry with the review I didn't go into the online, which I've still not got around to playing that, but from some online research, that seems to be quite an interesting part of the game that I need to get back and experience. But it's a great RPG. I love the combat and the leveling up in particular, and I just really, really enjoyed this. Okay, that's all of the PS3 games I have.